So here I am next to a giant pile of lingerie as usual, and I'm ready to show it to you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kirsten and this is Small Bobbins. So if you took a look at my last video, that was like the brainstorming and a little sneak peek at the next collection of lingerie making supplies that I was going to release, and now today is May 1st, and so it's released. So I just wanted to take a quick minute to introduce you more formally to the Spring Folly Collection. I mean, there was really like no other choice that I had. It's a collection that really centers on light blue and light green, and just these colors together are so like, they're pastel, they're happy, they're spring-like. So I live in Belgium, and Belgium doesn't have an amazing reputation for like the weather. And I've lived here for over 10 years now, and still it's like every single spring I'm so despondent about the weather. Like the winter really like drags on here, and it's gray skies, and it's particularly bad this season. It's been really rainy, really gray, really windy. And so like working with these colors has been like the only thing that I live for. No, I'm just kidding. But I wanted to show you a bit more in detail. So I did stick to my plans. The only thing is I didn't get to all of them, which I mean is kind of, that's how it goes with me. I have a lot of ideas and I managed to get a few of them, but I got the main ones completed, which I'm really happy about. I would say the showstopper of this collection is this lace. And I did in fact use that to make a Hannah bralette. It's beautiful. It looks really nice. The colors coordinate perfectly as I like had in my mind that they would. The bralette itself is too small, and I even said in the video like I was thinking about going up a size, but my measurements put me so solidly in a size small that I thought like, well, oh well, let's just do it. I'm even thinking of starting another video series. You know, I talked through all the planning of my projects, and then it might be good to see kind of the other side of it, like how did the project end up? Did everything work? What didn't work? What would I have done differently if I could go back to Kirsten of 2 weeks ago? I would have told her to cut a size medium, but we'll save that for another day. The bralette itself looks beautiful. The materials themselves are great. It's just kind of my decision making with which size I decided to cut out. The panties fit great, so it's a bit of a bummer that I don't have like the matching bralette now. This is a pattern that I'm working on. I have it graded, I have it digitized. It's so close to being ready. It needs to be tested. I need to make all the instructions, and there's still a lot of stuff to do with it actually. But I'm really happy with how the pattern is shaping up. The lace looks beautiful with it. I'm so happy with how it came out. It was a bit of an experiment to make the back all in lace because the pattern isn't designed for it, but actually worked really well. So kudos to me for excellent panty drafting. The next like star set of this collection is this one using the pistachio stretch lace. When I look at the design, it feels very traditional. It's just kind of like, yeah, so like I do usually like to find laces that have a unexpected pattern to them, like maybe something more geometric or a certain motif that I don't find in other laces. It's not so like recognizable, but this one, I mean, doesn't really match that, but like the color is just so beautiful and it makes me happy. And the fact that I got the matching pistachio materials, it seemed like a no-brainer to buy this. It took a bunch of last minute changes and experiments to get it to work. So one thing is, I really truly messed up with the underwires. I didn't quite have the right size. I used the wrong view of the cups, and so it ended up making them shorter. So even the wires that I was planning to use, and like I had made a bunch of changes so that my wires would fit initially, and then I just like ended up it just didn't work. I'll just save that for another video. That I made a lot of interesting changes and they all worked in the end, so I'm very happy. But I end up with these two little visible beep boops in the middle. I don't know what you want to call them. The end fits as well. I had to trim the underwire and then reseal it. Otherwise, everything kind of worked out as expected. Again, the colors coordinate so beautifully with each other. It's lined in, I've got the sky blue power net. I've got sky blue denier for like the stable lining. I actually didn't end up using the pistachio bra tool. I meant to for the top part of the cups, and then I forgot. So besides that, everything I kind of intended to do with the kit pretty much worked out. And then for the panties, this is another one. I've got it digitized, not quite graded yet, but this is a pretty simple like lace cheeky pattern that I'm working on to release in the near future. Now that I keep putting that on like Instagram and YouTube, hopefully I will keep myself accountable for that. But the only changes when I went back and edited the video, I had already made these, and I said I was going to use the pistachio picot, but actually I ended up using the sky blue. But I like how it looks, so I'm happy with how these came out. And they just match so well. The Harriet bra by Cloth Habit, and I really love how it's like all lace. So it's like if you have a lace that you love and you really just want to like, you know, go all out with that, I really recommend this pattern. I just love the design. I love how you can just like cover the whole thing in lace. And then with the all lace cheekies as well, it's just like lace, 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 lace. So those are the two main sets that really kind of take advantage of all of the new materials that are in the Spring Folly collection. And so those are live on the web shop now. And of course, every single material is available kind of individually and separately as well. So I do like to make the kits. So if you need some inspiration, or if you just kind of want to grab a bundle of materials and then, you know, put it in your stash, you can figure out what to do with it later. Those are convenient ways to get that. Or if you have a really set plan and you want to go through and find the bits that you need for everything, then you can buy everything separately as well. And so I think I mentioned this in my previous video as well, but all of these materials come from designer deadstock, and a lot of them even come from really recognizable like European lingerie brands. There's a lot of like Marie-Jo or Obeyed or Van de Velde and stuff like that. One thing that I like about finding deadstock and putting it in the shop and kind of finding these new like reinvigorated ways to use these materials is, you know, for a fashion brand, they're very beholden to trends and to these like fast cycles of trends and needing to be like very on top of like the latest color, the latest styles, you know, new cuts, etc., etc., etc. So it's like if the whole trend suddenly shifts towards a new color, what are they going to do with all of the like sky blue and pistachio green? They have to kind of just offload it, and, you know, hopefully that is going mainly towards people who can use it in a constructive way and not into landfills. But in this case, you know, I got my hands on it. As home sewists, we don't have to follow trends ever. That's kind of the nice thing. We can do whatever we want. And so it feels really nice to be able to give these materials. We can still use them. They're still perfectly fine. We can still make beautiful garments with them. And they're just a great quality, and I don't know, wins all around. Win, 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 win. So that's the main batch of materials for the Spring Folly collection. But like I mentioned in my last video, I also have some materials that were already in the web shop that I thought would kind of mix up nicely. And so I made a couple kits with those as well. So this is a pair of panties that I made with the kind of apple green retro floral all over stretch lace. And these are just made with a cotton jersey. It's pale blue, and then I used the sky blue picot elastic to line it, and then I added these little satin bands just on the side, just as like a little detail. And I realized just at this moment that I don't have the matching bralette with me because I liked it so much that I took it home and I wore it all weekend. So it turned out really great though. I'm really happy with it. And then this one was a bit of a wild card. The cornflower blue, like stretch satin jersey. I really like it. The color is beautiful, and I was so determined to add it with the candy pink elastics. It doesn't actually match this collection that well, but I'm still really happy with how these garments turned out. These are both, actually all three of them are patterns that I'm working on, and that's kind of the other point of it, is that making these samples is also me working on these PDF patterns as well. So this is like a flowy pair of panties that they still need a bit of work. They're very cute, they just don't quite fit yet. And this fabric was really perfect for that because it's like stretchy, it's comfortable, it's very flowy, it's still opaque. And then a very simple like triangle bralette as well. I was trying something here with like kind of a lettuce edge hem with my overlocker. It doesn't actually fit, so I still need to go back to the drawing board with this one. And then I'm also working on a very basic thong pattern, and this one actually worked pretty well, but I just don't have anything matching to wear it with. There it is. I really like the color combo. It does sort of match with it because it's like pastels, it's like spring tones, but it's a bit of a wild card. The other ones that I had mentioned in my previous video, there was like a light blue and black set that I just pushed off for now. I still really want to make that set, but I just ran out of time and I don't think it really matches with the collection, like goes even further than these other sets, so oh well. And then just to show off again, the cherry strawberry embroidered tulle is back in stock. I was so excited to track this down. I really don't think I'll be able to get any more after this, and it's less than I had last time. So I had made this bustier last year as kind of like my showstopper set. It was like my first collection of deadstock materials that I was releasing, and I was very excited about it. Filmed a whole YouTube video about how I made this because I used a strapless bra pattern, but I did make a lot of changes because I didn't have all of the materials that they called for. And I do like to show that it's possible to make these sorts of patterns, like even if you don't have everything. As we know, like sourcing these materials can be some of the toughest part of like making your own lingerie. I wanted to show that it is possible to still kind of make the patterns that you want, but just like change it to adapt to like what you have in your own stash. And it worked really well. It turned out really successfully. I just never edited the YouTube video, so I do still have to like go back and do that. I think it's useful to kind of show off what did work for me and what didn't, although everything kind of worked for this one, so I'm really happy. But anyway, this kit is back in stock, so if you want to make a long line, like wired, it's got boning in it as well, it's kind of a heavy duty bustier kind of bra. If you want to make that with the strawberry embroidered tulle, plus it's got the sunrise elastics, so on the inside as well, everything is this sunrise orange. And of course, there's a matching panty set, and this is the same kind of flowy panty pattern that I've been working on. But I also created a couple of underwire bra kits that are more regular underwire bras, and those have either white elastics or red. For a short introduction to this collection, that sure did take a long time, but actually I did make a lot of lingerie, so I suppose I should have expected that. But that's the Spring Folly collection. It's live at smallbobbins.com right now if you want to get your hands on some of these materials. I will say it again, because they're dead stock, I really cannot order most of these ever again. So everything is limited. Everything, like once it's out of stock, it's gone for good. So if it's something that you like, I would really recommend that you get it sooner rather than later. It's one of the worst parts of this job that I get something really beautiful in stock, it sells out quickly, and then people ask me for more, and I'm just like, there's no more, and there's no more. I can't get it anymore. Anyway, I hope you love it as much as I do. I hope you make something beautiful with it. I hope I've inspired you to get your machines out and start cutting some lace and creating something gorgeous for yourself. And in the meantime, I will get started on the next collection. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.